And what's going on, fam? This is your boy Joe Fontaine of the VIP Sound Lab, and I want to address a couple of questions I just got in regards to sequencing Reason from Maschine 1.8, and I'll be more than glad to assist you with that. And it's actually very easy, and this little module here is going to go relatively very quickly because the setup is very simple. So let's start with the basics first. You want to go under File, under your audio and MIDI settings here. Now you notice right here I'm using my USB microphone right now. So whatever your device is, that's where you would set that up. And I'm also using WASP mode, and I have a sample rate which is at 44,100. I had a question actually about that as well from a VIP member who had a single core processor. When you're dealing with a single core processor, you're basically your computer might have clicks and pops when you get to a certain load as far as opening up plugins and different VSTs and multiple DAWs and things of that nature. So I would recommend at least a dual core and on up, depending on what you're doing, because there are other options such as in Ableton Live where you can freeze audio, or if you're using Pro Tools, you can use your audio suite to take the load off your processor. So you might want to keep that in mind as well. But with the specs that you gave me, you should be good. I don't think you have a problem because you said you got like 8 gigabytes in there. All right, so under audio and MIDI, under audio and MIDI settings, here's the MIDI, here's the inputs, here's the outputs. And right now, I'm just using my Maschine controller, and I'm using Loop B internal MIDI. Now I'm on Windows 8, and on Windows 8, you should use Loop B 30. I'm using Loop B 1 right now, so I'm not really sure if this is going to give me any issues, but right now this is what I'm running. All right, so anyway, that's how you get that set up. The routing is here, your audio settings is here. Again, we just reviewed that, and again, I'm just using the Maschine outs, and that's pretty much how you get that set up. Now, under Reason, it's going to bring that up. Here's Reason. And here's the instance of Kong, and this is a VIP skin that comes inside our VIP member welcome pack. So if you're wondering why is it white, that's why. It's just a custom skin. So you can see right here, I have it set to Loop B internal MIDI, and under your advanced MIDI devices, you would find that tab here where it says advanced MIDI, and I'm selecting Kong. Now when I select here where it says channel, you see that's the only instrument that's showing up right now other than the mixer. So to get that set up, you would go up under Edit. You would go down here to Preferences. When Preferences comes up, you see right here, again, I'm using my USB mic sound card right now. And if you wanted to set your sample rate, you just click right there. That's where you would set your sample rate. All right, so you have a page here where you notice where it says Advanced here. When I click Advanced, you notice where it says Loop B internal MIDI. That's where it needs to be selected for that to work. Okay, so once you have that set up, Kong, or rather Reason, is now receiving MIDI from Maschine. So now when I go back to Maschine, I'm going to show you how to get it set up to trigger the Kong. So you want to be over here under your sound tab right here where it says MIDI. You see right here it says settings, it has MIDI channel 1. You have 16 assignable outputs. Maschine will MIDI to just about any DAW out here or an external device, as long as it recognizes Maschine as a source. So right now I have Kong on MIDI channel 1. So let me just do this the quick way, bring up Reason. Now when I go to my Maschine controller, you see it sounding off right there. And you see the LED sounding off. And also if you look on the piano roll on Maschine, you see it sounding off. So it's as easy as that. Now the mapping here, what's default to the Maschine, it might jump around a little bit. So you might want to use a controller editor template for that if you want these to play in a manner that coincides with your Maschine controller. Because in your Maschine hardware controller, you could press select and you can choose your different your sounds, such as Kong or whatever else you open up. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and do another one so we get this a little more thorough, because I don't want to leave anybody in the dark on this. Let's do a right click here. Again, I'm on Windows 8 with a 64-bit operating system. So let's select Thor, for example. Okay, now your instrument comes up. Of course, you can select your sounds here. Now we have to go back to the top, go back to your MIDI channels. Again, this section here where it says advanced MIDI, this is where you want to be, man. Again, we're on loopy internal MIDI. And again, when you click this little icon here, you'll notice now Thor shows up. So anytime you open up a new instrument or device inside of Reason, it's going to show up here, and you select it here. Now the MIDI channel is set up. Okay, so now we have to go back over here to Maschine, and now we're going to do a completely new MIDI track here. So sound 2, we'll label this one Thor. I'll just put Thor MIDI. And again, any sequencing that you do in Maschine will trigger the sound. So anytime your MIDI notes are put in here, for example, what happens is it's going to sequence the instrument devices over there inside Reason. So we want to go over here, and we want to go to MIDI out. You don't want to do input because we're not coming from an external device right now. We want to do a MIDI out. We want to select channel 2. And let me just bring up Reason real quick. Oop, looked like we came out of it. All right, we'll bring up Reason right quick. And I will scroll down a little bit to the Thor instrument. And what we're going to be looking for is this little MIDI note icon being triggered here. Easy as that. You know, again, I'm not going to go too long because I pretty much think you guys should get the idea of it from there. But if not, I can do another one. Let's go ahead and do, I don't know, we'll just go down the line here. Let's do Maelstrom. Same thing. We'll go back to the top. We'll select our MIDI channel. And now you're starting to see how easy this actually is. And we'll label this Maelstrom. And you pretty much know what to do from here. You guessed it, MIDI out. What channel do we want to be on? You guessed it once again, MIDI channel 3. And now what do we want to do? Right, we want to go back to the sound module where we're going to be triggering our audio from, in this case, which is Reason. And we already got the MIDI set up, so now the only thing we have to do is just go over to our Maschine controller. Easy as that. Now, the sounds that you were hearing on the Kong here, these are just some standard sounds. So, you know, they're not really hitting, you know, too hard. So if you want to get some banging drums, come by the website. I do have a ton of drum kits on my website, which are processed with, man, you name it, some of the best and legendary equipment used by producers in the game right now. We actually went to a couple of studios in New York as well as Atlanta, and we used a couple of SSL 4000 consoles. We used a couple of API boards to bring the punch and drive to our drum kits. And the newest drum kits we have right now is the MK2 Studio Pro that has over 1,843 sounds. We have the new Urban Legend drum kit, which is like, I can't remember right now. I think it's like 1,500 sounds in that. And just released yesterday, we have a new Fast and Loud drum kit, which is like the dopest, incrediblest kit we have right now for 2013. We packed in over 2,143 sounds. Let me say it again, 2,143 sounds of instruments and sounds, and instruments that you actually can play, because we have a couple of FXB formats in there for Nexus 2. We put like 4 Nexus 2 expansions in there. We put like a Silift bank. We put like some instrument chops and a ton of HD drum sounds. Matter of fact, what I'll do is stay tuned for part 2 of this video. I'm gonna split this video right now, and I'm gonna open up 16 sounds from the new Fast and Loud drum kit. I'll let you guys check those sounds out, and what I'll do is I'll put a link up so you guys can download that as a demo to check the sounds out. And so give me 2 and 2, and I'll be right back, fam. All right, and I'll just hold it right there. Let's just give you a simple idea. A simple beat, nothing special, you know what I mean? Just to, just get it going a little bit. Plus, you know what I mean? You gotta, I gotta have my vibe right, and just, I'm on the cam, the cam recorder. I'm just coming off, so it's hard for me to catch my vibe just coming off. But, it gives you an idea. The sounds is dope. The kid is definitely hitting hard. And, matter of fact, let me tell you exactly what we did, use to, go ahead and make this kit. So basically what we did was we went to a major studio in Atlanta to have the work done, and the results were just amazing. The drum sounds have a warm and punchy, clean sound with ambient vibes on other sounds. And basically what we did was we experimented in sidechain compressing sounds, parallel compressing drums, and many other methods that we learned from some of the professionals and sound engineers out here, for example, such as Dave Penasada. We used a lot of techniques. We learned a lot from some of the pros, from some of the studios in New York as well as Atlanta, basically to bring you these hard-hitting drum sounds. And once again, we came with the bang. These sounds come directly from the SSL 4000 console, which we all know is a legendary console for giving color and characteristics to sounds, and it delivers essential control. Basically the SSL EQ, we use that to EQ some of our drums when we were stacking our layers and a lot of sounds like that, because a lot of producers out here, they want to save time as far as getting drum sounds that bang, so they don't have to sit there and worry about stacking kicks and snares and a lot of EQing. We saved you guys the trouble having to do all of that. We use the SSL G series EQ 292, and we basically just took advantage of how it offers, the greater gain change than the E series, for example, and has a slightly different EQ curve in it. So that, and we also use the SSLG channel equalizer. We use the pre-boost dip and the pre-cut rise, as well as a border cue to bring the hard-hitting drum sounds producers need, man. So you don't have to waste your time and money looking around for watered-down drum sounds or some recycled internet sounds. With this drum kit, you're going to get over 2,183 loud HD sounds instruments. We also included some MIDI keys in there, some MIDI sequences, so you can pull up these MIDI sequences and just have a dope sound out the box. Whether you're using synthesizers or your favorite VSTs, the MIDI keys will help you pull that up. We have I think like 80 some Access Virus Instruments FXB files in there. We threw in some Asian vibes in there if you want to get like the Asian Timberland style on. Some brass riffs and chords. We threw in some Nexus 2 expansions. I handpicked some from some of our previous expansions, and we threw some extras in there. And it's definitely a drum kit that you definitely want to have in your arsenal. As a producer, you can't have enough weapons inside your arsenal. So that's pretty much it on this one. It's your boy Joe Fontaine, the VIP Sound Lab. Be sure to come by the website, the VIP Sound Lab. The link for the site is in the description. Free machine tutorials, always. We never charge for machine tutorials. We've had a couple requests for DVDs and things of that nature, and I've been considering that. But we'll see how that goes right now. Right now, I have the Machine Essentials 201, which is basically all of the Sound Lab tutorials. And the membership is only $9.99, no monthly fees. Again, I repeat, no monthly fees. We don't charge monthly, and you get tons of free controller editor templates, things that you guys pretty much know how it goes. I got VIP Database 1, I'm still constructing Database 2, and we're going to be bringing you guys some faster downloads. I'm in the process of working on that right now. And we also have a gold as well as a platinum membership. The platinum membership is the best value because you can get a lifetime subscription to free drum kits. We also send out a new option by popular request. We have a VIP Sound Lab USB flash drive, basically the whole entire site on one convenient USB flash drive that comes USPS right to your house. It generally gets there in about 3 to 4 days. I've had some people tell me that they got a pretty fast turnaround on that. And we also threw in, a lot of VSTs and, VIP Database 1, 2, a lot of free plugins, and oh man, there's so much content on that flash drive. It's bananas. that flash drive is crazy. That's something you can throw in your pocket and basically have everything you need to get busy wherever you're at. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys learned something on this tutorial, and see you in the next one.